How's it going, everybody? Shiny here. Today I'm going to be breaking down how Donk completely dominates Face It. I've watched hundreds of his demos, and I'm going to be teaching you the main key concepts that he uses to win most of his games. Donk has been a #1 player on Face It for basically all of 2024 and 2025, and I'm studying him as much as I can to tell you the 3 main components. The main concepts I learned is his movement, positioning, and spray control. Movement is what separates good players from those who take over a lobby. Donk's movement isn't random or flashy, it's functional. He uses every crouch, strafe, and slide to make himself harder to hit and to turn losing duels into winning ones. The signature move is what people call the Donk slide. Wide swing and angle, crouch, start your spray, and slowly crouch backwards from the direction you came from. Here's a small example of what I exactly mean. So when he gets into his spray, do you see how he crouches and then starts gliding while spraying? This is what he does to mess with his opponent's crosshair and making him a lot harder to hit. They start tracking your wide swing, then overshoot when you pull back. It's not just a gimmick, it's a timing advantage. The key is knowing when to use it. The Donk slide shines when you know where the enemy is, but they don't know about you. It's something you spam on every angle. It's a tool to punish predictable opponents. If you're clearing unknown spots, it's better to keep it simple and stick to your standard pre-fire clears. When you add these small movement layers into your fights, crouching mid-spray, offsetting your hitbox, sliding backwards after you contact, start surviving rounds you shouldn't and getting kills that you had no right getting. Alright, on to the next topic, positioning. Positioning is where most players lose rounds more than they realize. Everyone learns the standard spots, backside, default, connector, whatever. But the higher you climb, the less these spots work. You know, people start actually pre-firing and clearing these angles. Donk wins because he never plays where people expect him to. Let me get more into that. He constantly changes his position after contact. If he takes a fight, he's already moving somewhere new before his opponent can react. That constant repositioning keeps enemies guessing, wastes their time, and breaks the crosshair placement. There's also subtle positioning, those tiny angle shifts that change that duel entirely. Donk will play a tight corner for a few bullets, then re-peek from a much wider line, catching opponents who think they're swinging safely. He uses timing, off angles, and movement to make every duel uncomfortable for the opponent. That's what you should be focusing on, subverting expectations. Don't just think about where you can hold, think about where they don't expect anyone to be. Every unexpected off angle you add is one more free kill you wouldn't have had. And on to the next topic, spray control.
He killed for kicker. Surely! Well, he's blasted the bomb. Oh no! Can't be serious!
People call Donk a mechanical god, but what really makes him deadly isn't his one tap, it's control. His spray is insanely consistent. He rarely hits a perfect headshot on the first bullet. Instead, he wins more fights because every bullet after that stays locked in. Look a little bit more closely. Most of his kills happen in the first 5 to 7 bullets. That's the window you need to master. If your spray is clean, within the early burst, you'll notice your baseline performance skyrockets even on bad aim days.
Bad aim, really bad aim.
The way to train aim is by combining movement and spray practice together. Static target spraying doesn't cut it anymore. You need drills where you're sliding, crouching, and strafing mid-fight, just like duels. Refrag spray transfer mode is perfect for that. Bots peek at random intervals, so you learn how to control your crosshair while moving and adjusting. When you get to the point where you can hold perfect spray while shifting your position or sliding back, that's when gunfights start feeling unfair to everyone else. And on to the last topic, the routine that I would use. To train movement, split it into 2 parts, map movement and aim movement. For map movement, Refrag's momentum is ideal. It teaches you jumps, boosts, and how to move efficiently around maps so you look smooth and waste no time. For aim movement, Crossfire or Xfire teaches you to control your slides, strafes, and crouch timings under pressure. For spray control, use the spray transfer mode. It's the best way to practice this Donk slide under realistic conditions. Mix it with pre-fire and defender to combine crosshair placement, movement, and spray tracking all at once. And no, I'm not sponsored by Refrag, but I do think they have a great selection of modes to help with aim, crosshair placement, and they've helped me tremendously the past year, and I really do recommend them if you want to get better at Counter-Strike. Alright, moving on. Those 3 concepts, movement, positioning, and spray control, are the foundations of how Donk carries. It's not about pure aim, it's about control. Control over your movement, your fights, and your positioning. Master those and you'll notice something shift. You'll stop hoping to get lucky. Just start creating your own chances and you start carrying. Thank you guys for watching, and if I was any help to you, consider dropping a subscription and liking the videos. It helps my channel grow. Peace.